Welcome. We are your hosts, Chris and Tammy.
In this podcast, we dive into the mindset for networking strategies and skills you'll need to build a solid foundation to build a global business.
We've built a multi-million-dollar business and have mentored thousands of people around the globe in the last 25 years.
The session this evening, it's about what is your perfect average day? And the session will give you a anchor point on what matters in your life, what matters to you. Because a lot of us, we tend to focus in achieving certain things, but we don't really focus on what really matters, what's really important to you. So the perfect day question is that if there were no limitation or consequences, what would you prefer? What was your perfect average date look like? Okay. So the thing is, put aside, for example, and you need, there's some of the filters I want to share with you as you're preparing for this. Okay. Put aside the financial burden that you may be finding yourself around, or maybe where you're located, or maybe the health that you're in right now. Maybe there's some people that are kind of causing some limiting belief around you based on their mindset, based on the way they put that aside as you are preparing that perfect day, right? And the fact here that's important is looking at your average day. Look at the things that you could do all day long. I'm not talking about Netflix. The things that you could do all day long that won't bore you to death and you won't get sick of. Focus on those kind of thoughts, the things that you just love doing that you never get sick of.
So before we start throwing the questions out there, I would love all of you to write this down. I am so grateful now that abundance comes to me easily and effortlessly on a consistent and everyday basis. I would love all of you to read this when you wake up in the morning, wherever you put it where you're going to see it. And every night before you go to bed. And if you take moments in between of your schedule, have this around you on your mirror and start attracting some wonderful things into your life, because there's always going to be things that'll take us out of our game. There's always going to be situations that are going to knock us in the head. And we just need to stay focused on the things that we desire to have in our lives. We're going to go with some of the questions. You write the questions down too, because this is going to help you as well. What would your friends be like in your environment? The conversations that you're going to have in your environment. What would you do for personal fulfillment? Most of us don't take the time to do the things that we love because we're so caught up in the things that we feel like we have to do. If you had all the resources, everything that you desired, what will you do? What does it look like for you? What life purpose would you strive towards? What is so meaningful to you that you jump out of bed to do because it brings so much joy to you? What would your business be? What time would you start work? If you had everything that you desired, what time would your day start? And what time would it finish? What finishing time, if it's a work schedule? It's up to you. You make these decisions on what you want for your future, but bring it into the now as if you already got it. What are your prospects like? What are they like? The people that you're attracting in your environment, what are they like? What's your relationship like with your spouse? You can add your children, your grandchildren. What would you do for family time? What would you have for dinner? If you had no financial worries at all, what would you have for dinner? We all know that groceries today is absolutely insane. But what would you have for dinner if you had the choice? And where would you go out to eat? Who would you eat with? Who are the people in your environment that you'd love to go out, hang out, and go and have a meal with? Who are these people? Important people in your life. And what are the kinds of things that you would be talking about? What do you like to talk about? What would you do at night? What would your evenings look like? And who would you do it with? Even better, where would you do it? You like to vacation. I know we do. That's got to be in the plan, right? No limits. You're creating your life. And what thoughts will go through your mind before you go to bed in the evening? And what are you excited about when you wake up?
So now that you have some of those memory joggers to help you, keep in mind that these are examples. There's 1,000 things I can think about that could be different that are not on that list. Once you start figuring out those answers, write them down from the moment you wake up to the moment you fall asleep at night. And my recommendation is just do an evaluation of your own day, right? Tomorrow you wake up and there might be some things that you're not happy about, but there might be some things that you're really fun about. Write this down. The things that you would like to do more of. And the more details and the more clear you are, the better this will be. This is perfect exercise before you actually set your goals, right? And you don't need to share this with anyone. What matters is you. Okay, everybody, have a great night, and thank you for participating. Bye for now.